السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. Welcome to a new episode in our series إن أريد إلا الإصلاح ما استطعت. And today we are talking about patience. And subhanallah, we live in a very fast-paced world. And we all want change to happen and to happen quickly. We want results to happen almost immediately. However, great accomplishments do take time, do take an effort, and do take patience. And subhanallah, when you look at major accomplishments in history, there is one trait that was kind of common amongst all of them, which is patience. So today, we are digging deep into why patience is the golden key to reform. And here we are talking about reform in our personal lives, reform in our communities, reform in our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, collective reform. So if you look at how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did position it in the Quran, look at how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِنَّ اللَّهَ مَعَ الصَّابِرِينَ وَاصْبِرْ وَمَا صَبْرُكَ إِلَّا بِاللَّهِ. But in Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us clearly that indeed Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with those who are patient. So this is a divine promise that Allah is with you if you are truly patient. And here, patient in the face of struggles, patient in the face of hardships, patience on being steadfast on the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sticking to the right path. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم, the right path. That requires patience. And the other thing here, the other example that I will bring to you is إنما يوفى الصابرون أجرهم بغير حساب. Indeed, those who are patient will be given the reward without any measure, without limits. And subhanallah, here Allah is giving us the other side of the story, which is Allah is with you in this life, inna Allah ma'a sabirin, but in the hereafter you will be granted an immense and endless reward for being patient. So patience in hardships, patience in obedience, patience in avoiding sins, all of it counts. And that's the golden rule. So the Prophet ﷺ, on the other hand, is giving us a very, very robust, very powerful hadith, where the Prophet ﷺ is saying in Sunan Ibn Majah, patience is half of faith. So half of your faith is revolving around patience. Because simply without patience, your faith is incomplete. If you want to grow spiritually, emotionally, and even socially, you need to have patience. You need to be able to develop this patience. So now, as a true reformer, as a true agent of change, you need to follow the footsteps of your Prophet ﷺ. Look how patient he was, ﷺ, 13 years in Mecca. And he is truly patient till victory did happen after 8 or more years in Medina. So almost like 21 years of his da'wah, ﷺ, he was patient. And obviously, all of the other companions did demonstrate patience as well. So ask yourself, when things get hard, would you quit? Or you are persevering on the path all the way till achieving your goal. Let it be a goal that is related to the obedience of Allah, the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Or let it be the goal that you are working on in your daily life in order for you again to be obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So now let's get practical as we always do. Number one is a 3-phase patience formula. So I would share with you a golden formula that would have 3 phases of being patient. Or you would be patient in 3 areas, depending on how you look at it actually. So number 1, patience in obedience. So patience in obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So like whether you are perform your salah, you have fasting, patience in hijab for our sisters, and patience in honesty, patience in not using a foul language, and so on. And that would lead us to patience in avoiding sins. So lowering the gaze, for example, controlling your anger, and so on. And the third one is patience in hardships, patience in calamities, whether it's an illness or a financial difficulty or a personal difficulty, marriage problems. Be patient in taking on these hardships. So Pick any of these areas and try to focus on it in Ramadan and try to really master it. And do not actually forget about the other areas as well. The other thing, which is train yourself through small acts. Train yourself on patience through small acts. So hold your tongue when angry, for example, for an extra 10 seconds. Just an extra 10 seconds. Or before you are to speak, if you are to like speak, like in the case of a scene where that's making you angry or so, just hold yourself for 10 seconds. And so an extra additional action that will make you more patient. And life will always test you, as we all know. But patience makes you always capable of staying in control. And my final thoughts here is Ramadan, fasting, like stopping yourself from permissible acts, always is an amazing avenue, amazing training camp for patience. And the question here is, Allah doesn't expect perfection, but expects endurance. You need to show Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala endurance. So, is this going to be the Ramadan where you truly train yourself to be patient? Here is a question, and the answer is yours. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be among those people whom whenever they listen to the truth, they follow the best out of it. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us among those who are patient on obedience and patience on the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all the way till the angel of death comes to them. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.